Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Folks, we are taking a look at The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live final trailer. Let's check it out.
Let's go!
Let's go!
I'm getting home.
I have to find him.
Oh.
That's what I thought we were getting. The wall with gaps. Remember we talked.
Don't see. He's got a hand. Everybody thought it was gone.
I lost someone years ago. Now I'm looking for him.
The world must have. I have to keep trying. I won't stop. I'm getting there. I'm getting home.
It's so good to hear Andy Lincoln.
Oh, brilliant.
It's been so long.
Your phone, you know what it says? The Japanese? Believe a little bit longer.
This is the most powerful
see that
thing
setup?
on the planet.
Whoa.
Why do you even think I'm gonna go along with all of this?
Because everything will change.
Burn it all again.
Oh, we got windmill.
There she is.
You have to know that.
This is not the answer. It must end.
This isn't everything! You don't get to choose for the world. You don't get to choose for me.
This is all I have left. This is all you have left to.
She's not gone.
There has to be a sacrifice.
It's a broken world, Michonne. Put it together.
We can do anything.
Thinking we're going to get some Super
Hey,
Rick.
this tone in this trailer was different. All right, so we're going to run this back.
yeah.
We'll hit the stop and play on some certain stuff.
So a lot of this or some of that we saw already. Like this
Okay,
scene
so
we
this
saw already.
stop right here for a second. No, go forward a few. Can we? Does that work? Oh, shout out to the people who said to
The frame by frame.
frame by frame. Okay, so in the last trailer when we saw him going through the walls, and it looked like the walker was stopped, I hypothesized that a wall with some gaps in it like this, that's at least waist or chest high, would allow you to take them out without them passing through unless they started climbing on each other. Now it looks like that's what we have.
Yep,
with
so now you got like a tunnel. So it looks like
this
they're
wall.
filtered
Yeah,
to
it's
come right
bottleneck.
there.
They bottleneck them there, and they can take them out without having to worry, at least initially, about them walking right into them.
I'm sitting here looking at the vines like it says something.
Okay, so let's go a couple frames. Look, okay, so right now,
They got that
They-
bush there right
no,
perfectly.
dude, you can still see there's no hand. Like, look at dude's glove right here. There's a glove clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Rick has nothing.
Whoa, wait a minute! Is his hand gone?
So if
Well,
they
that
are
was the
really
big- that
doing
was the
this,
big speculation
dude, if they're
that he was gonna lose his
really
hand.
pulling his hand off because of the comic, after Gimple said it was one of his biggest regrets.
Kirkman said it was his
Sorry,
biggest regret.
Kirkman said it was one of his biggest regrets. I find
It looks
that
like
just
it's
dumb.
It looks like it's gone.
I know right now. Like, look, we're going frame by frame,
Keep going frame by frame.
and it gets even more clear that his hand is either gone or just tucked away.
Oh no,
in
keep
the
going.
jacket.
Let's keep
Inside
going
the
frame
jacket.
by frame. Right there,
I
right
see.
there.
Right there.
That looks like the bottom of a glove a little bit to me, though.
No,
Where?
that's the branch out of
Like,
focus.
see, I don't want to take the
Right
mouse,
there,
but
that's the-
that looks like a glove,
That
kind of.
does not look like a glove at
That's
all.
made a fist tucking out of his jacket because you see all the colors. The color's different. The jacket has a hard
right.
line.
If you look at right at the edge of the jacket, right at the back edge of the jacket where there's that gap, you see like maybe that tan right there. Is that the same color glove
To
as
me,
the other
that's
guys?
white, like a
like
gauze.
that. Yeah, like that looks like a
Or
t-shirt
his look at his
something,
t-shirt. Yeah, look at his t-shirt matches the color. His hand could be gone.
It could be, but
it
he
looks
could just
pretty-
have a fist too.
It looks pretty gone. I think you would see the
There
knuckles.
would be. I don't see any reason why you would make him just ball up a fist and then pull it up in his jacket with a glove on.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't just pull it up. You'd have to
That
like,
makes
pull
no
your
sense
hand
to me,
down
but
over it,
if they
especially
are-
with those work gloves. His hand's
the
gone.
whole reason they're doing it is because everybody's talking about, is Rick going to lose his hand?
It's
Yes or
gone,
no?
man.
And they just like to tease and troll.
So
That's
yeah,
what
it's
I
either
think.
it's literally gone or it is damaged, and now it's just up in the jacket to help protect it some.
Are we gonna get any? Oh,
Yeah, this
we-
shot.
this shot
Look at the cinematic
Go
shot
back.
on
Go
this.
back a few frames to where it showed that. Oh my
Yeah, so
God!
we saw this before.
Yeah, we saw this
and,
in
and she
the first
launches in
official trailer.
something into him, but that is a lot of walkers.
That's a face
through 'em.
where you usually don't see from her. That desolate face.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's about to go through what
Yeah,
5,000 walkers.
She knows she has to do it,
Easy.
and there's no way that horse is going to live past
no
that
way that
scene.
horse is
Yes,
making
that's,
it.
that's show and horses.
No.
No.
Unbelievable.
So now we got Rick's boot,
Yep.
classic boots. So I'm interested
Yep.
in seeing how that's going to turn, or like what's the subject that matter right here.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what I
that's
mean?
Michonne opening the bag, and that's all she's
holding
got.
the boot.
And by the way, let's pause once real quick. By the way, I hope everyone can find somebody who loves them so much that they would hug their dirty old work boots. I hope we can all find that person.
May you find that in life.
So I can't remember which city this is going to be, but it gives me vibes of that it's probably.
I mean, it's certainly East Coast.
We should know by the architecture, right?
Well-
I don't though.
Sometimes Walking Dead will probably take some liberties and
Yeah, and kind of tweak stuff.
kind of tweak stuff.
Like the one in the middle there with the antenna on it to your left, right there. Isn't that one?
I don't know, folks. Let me know if that is part
the
of
Sears Tower
this,
in
I think this is
Chicago?
Boston almost,
No,
but I
it's
could be
not.
wrong. Because that cathedral there to the left, isn't there a cathedral in Boston? I'm trying to remember from when I watched Boondock Saints.
Oh boy.
Not 100% sure on
Look
that.
at us.
But let us know, folks, of what your theory is, or if you know what the answer is on that. And of course, a good old chopper.
Yeah, that was Blue
Yeah.
Thunder right there.
That
They've
is-
got some equipment, don't they?
Yeah, that's impressive
Yep.
right there. So now
Full loadout.
we did see that shot. We'll get to it where they had like a full-on military base.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's give a frame by frame.
Look, there is not a hand
There-
right
oh,
there.
he
There it
just-
is. His hand is gone.
That is a stump. I stand corrected, and not afraid to admit it.
And we talked about that last time that he would.
Yeah, he was
could be
using
resting it on there.
Forearm.
See, dude. No, again, I'm gonna hold out to the tiniest bit of hope
That's just
that it's just
bandaged.
balled up.
Yeah.
But right now, it does not look good, folks. And again, if hate on me if you would like, but I find this very irritating.
I do too. I'm
because
with you.
there's no need to nod it to the comic when the governor wiped off his hand. Because what's the point at
this
stage?
point now it's just going to be difficult and create filming problems.
Now you
and
create-
storyline issues. What is he
Go-
going to be
yeah, let's-
reloading his 6-shooter? How's he going to do that?
If Rick survives,
Go frame by frame on this one. Yeah, there. I don't, that hand is gone. There's no glove there.
if Rick survives this, because now I'm going to say if he survives, like, what's kind of the point? Now I know there's Dave. You could still work around it, but we've seen Merle, we see Aaron.
Yep.
I mean, they did it to Tyrese, but he didn't
Yeah.
survive. And, you know, there's some other items too that's happened. Like why were
Herschel was able to run around all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, Herschel got his leg chopped. Like, why do we keep rehashing this stuff? Like,
Yeah,
there's no
I don't
point
know.
at this stage anymore, especially when the creator himself called it as one of his biggest
biggest-
regrets. But we're going to do it in your TV show.
Yeah.
I know some of you may not agree with that, but it's just how I feel.
Yeah,
It's getting hot.
I
It's
just
getting
think
hot.
Definitely
logistically,
dislike it.
I just think logistically it creates problems, and you've
It
only got
makes him a
6
lot less of a. It
episodes.
makes him a lot less of a threat, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality of it. I mean, you can get as good as you can with one hand, but in this world,
Yeah, there's no more for
Yeah.
Rick's Colt or anything.
Yeah,
That's
how's he
done.
going to reload? You have to hold it like between his legs, and
I
yeah,
have
a
to
mess.
keep trying. I won't stop. I'm getting there. I'm getting home.
In fact, they keep showing his right hand, his right hand,
Yep.
his right hand. They don't show him doing
So
anything.
now here, I thought
the
at
walker.
first I thought that was a kid, but it looks like Michonne's got a little person there. That
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the guy in
he
the
was.
trailer.
He was in the trailer.
Oh, was
That
he?
the guy talking in the trailer. Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't
Jesus, you
notice
missed
it
that,
till
the
just
main-
right here.
That was the guy that was in the main trailer.
They show him right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed that scene in the trailer before. Okay,
Yeah, they had him talking in the trailer.
Your phone, you know what it says?
They
The
had him in the
Japanese?
main trailer.
Believe a little bit longer.
Okay, here we
okay.
go.
Now, say it's the
Look at
same
that.
city as
2,
before.
4, 6.
Those are.
This is just
those are-
across the river.
Yeah, those are big Chinook helicopters over in the top corner, and they've also, which we saw in a couple other shots, they've also got a handful of windmills now placed at random points throughout
Yep.
the city. That clearly
Yeah, and they've got satellites up and going. They've got the fencing around it because this isn't the top of a building, a high building. It's a fenced-in area with the landing.
Yeah, if you look on the bottom right corner, you could say this is probably a 1-story building with helipads on top, but with fences all the way around. Yeah, and the fence
there's a ton of vehicles in the parking lot.
And if you look at the fence, it goes. You have a concrete fence to the top left there, and then a regular fence that goes all the way around, and then you can see around all the way.
Yep. And then we're probably going to get a little bit of a backstory on what their main military.
You think this is pre-fall?
I think this is current. I think this is New York because there's a bridge over there that kind of looks like either the Brooklyn or the George Washington. Well, some of you guys who live there, help me out. I'm sure you're yelling at
because the Empire State Building is in New York, and is that the Freedom Tower in the Empire?
Remember, they're showing Philly, right? And some of the folks in the comments were gracious enough to be like, "Hey, he's on like the New Jersey side.
That's right.
Philly. Yeah, so this is probably more or less in that area
because that looks like the Freedom Tower in the Empire State Building back over in the corner. But again, I'm sorry, I've only been to New York a handful of times.
This is the most powerful.
Look at that gear.
So there's Rick, right there.
Oh, good catch, Diamond Dave.
Well, I'm basing it off the comments from the previous one. They said, "Hey, second row, you see Rick."
Okay.
So
does YouTube let you zoom in? I mean, not that you have to.
No, I can't zoom.
No, but Rick's right there. So there's Locke. So obviously,
would you call him Locke?
Yeah, that's what I called him.
Oh, that's
Locke
what you calling him.
Locke from
Lost.
It's General Beale.
Yeah. I was like, calling him Locke.
General Beale.
General Beale.
Why do you even think I'm gonna go along with all of this?
Because everything will change.
Okay, now what?
Look at this.
Is this supposed to be
caravan?
Yeah. But it gives me memories of season 2.
And this is a caravan. There's horses there and stuff too. There's a lot of horses.
Well, and there's 3 people.
Cars. That's a long line.
Horses up there.
3 people walking there or motorcycles. Hard to tell, but
I almost wonder if that's. I mean, this is a long shot right here. I wonder if that's Michonne, that dude, and the walker.
The walker.
I could be really wrong though. Yep, it is. Okay, because that's the whole caravan.
Yep.
Okay, so they all caught up, which makes sense. And shout out to the people reminding me of the World Beyond. That gas is from the World Beyond.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how much of World Beyond is actually going to be into this.
Gosh, I wonder if we're going to have any characters from World Beyond or Fear.
Silas should. It'd be. I know some people said in the first trailer we did, the person behind Rick resembled Silas.
Okay, well,
would be interesting to see Silas in there. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah,
because the way that show ended with him committing to stay.
Yep.
So
that would make sense. But they got their RV all loaded up there. Yeah.
So there's a close-up of the city we were just looking at.
Yeah, so there's the folks in the comments know exactly where this is, and it's probably like that New Jersey, Philly.
Yeah, I don't think that's the Freedom Tower.
New York, whatever.
It only makes sense because that's where the whole location.
Everything's on the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you're the last light of the world. You have to.
Jadis.
Are we looking at back up? Is that supposed to be a farm field on the bottom? That's got to be a farm field.
Yeah,
to me that looks like
farm with roads.
A lot of people were saying that they're probably going to re-show Atlanta.
Okay.
So maybe not, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I remember in the first trailer, I thought that might have been Walker's, but
yeah, see right there. I mean, that's almost like a direct shot out of season 2 when Shane was standing on the hill.
Yep, talking about it.
That would make sense if this is truly showing Atlanta.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to show from that side of things why they did what they did. So
yeah.
This is not the answer. It must end.
All right, so Rick is throwing it with one arm.
Yep.
Why would he just throw it with one arm?
Exactly. Well, and I want to chime in here. When Rick is speaking in this next scene here, it sounds like he was when he got the crap beat out of him from the governor, where his mouth is like all full of cotton or something and he can hardly talk, like he's been beat up. That's what it sounds like to me in this.
If you go all the way back to where it cuts into this scene, Dave, do they give us anything else when it cut? No,
it's just him starting to launch the table.
Yep.
Frame.
Sometimes they give you just a frame of They give you just a frame of something, but
Yeah, see, he's obviously the hand is gone or severely injured.
Yep.
It's gonna suck if it's gone.
I wonder if they just injured it just to keep people guessing
I hope
with the trailer.
they
'cause
injured it.
They did that during the whole series. Rick's hand was always bandaged.
You don't get to choose for
See
the
the way
world.
he's
You
talking?
don't get to choose for me.
This
He's
is all I have
he's
left.
definitely beat up.
This is all you have left to.
And that shot when they were in the mountains, that had to be
Has
out
to be a
west.
sacrifice.
It's a broken world, Michonne.
Oh, so do we? I
Wait,
see
that's a
fingers right
hand-
there.
No, is it?
That's fingers right there.
Or is that like a hook device or something?
Not a hook. It's like, watch, see fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see some nubs of fingers right there. 1,
But
2,
why is
3.
it extending
Go
so
go
far
back.
like that?
Go back to him coming up.
See, right here's the hand.
Keep going
okay.
back.
Because there's something on his ankle, that bracelet with the handcuff here. You can see right there. It comes
Yeah,
in frame.
it's
Boom,
connected.
Here's
Yep,
the
and-
connection
yeah, go
from
go
foot.
frame by frame here.
All right, so
Okay.
This is where it starts.
frame by frame. See, hand. Boom, right there. Coming at an angle. You can see now the chain that's from the wrist to the foot.
That looks like a
Yeah, there's
okay.
a chain
There's
swinging
a
out
thumb,
there.
I guess. Yeah.
Boom, right there. See,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't lose it later.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm not
okay,
saying
so
it
does
doesn't
his
lose it
hand?
later,
Okay,
but we
because
see
look
a
at
hand
it.
right there.
It looks black. Do you think his hand got nuked during this scene? Because he's clearly got a chain. Yeah, his hand looks burnt there.
Yeah.
It looks black. Because look
So
at
it
his look
could
at the
be-
skin. Look at the skin on his face. The tone of the color of the skin on the face.
And then when you see
Now
his hand
look at
right
the
there,
skin
it's
on the
starting to be
hand.
black right there.
I wonder if his hand didn't get mangled or
And then-
burned in
and then
this,
they had to
and then
do
they
the
had to
old-
lop it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another theory building on your theory. Again, I'm holding out hope that this is not cut. Maybe it is just severely burned and they have it
And just
completely
bandaged,
wrapped. And
yeah.
to help with his hand right now, because you don't.
Yeah, you
you're
don't
not
wanna-
individually wrapping all
Yeah, you
fingers.
don't individually wrap
Some
fingers.
would, some don't. Let's just be real about that. So maybe what we saw was the nub of the bandage.
He's got like
whole
they
hand.
got like the
protecting
club,
it.
and in football when guys hurt their hands and they
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
they give them the
tape it,
club.
that whole club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a chance, folks. Maybe.
Put it together.
Michonne launched something in there.
There, okay, so we saw this in the last trailer. Then taking out a building.
We couldn't do anything.
All right. Gosh, it's the last trailer too that
Yeah.
they're showing. So, and this one had a way different tone
It did.
than the first one. I feel like the first one was like, "We're jacked up, it's back."
Yeah,
now
this
this
seems
one is
pretty
like,
somber.
"Oh shit."
Yeah,
Like, this is
yeah.
kinda
It
serious.
seemed like there's a lot more despair in this one. I mean, just like, and a lot of that I think is due to Michonne and what she kind of portrayed in this trailer. She seemed a lot more desperate in most of the scenes, and Rick just seems like he's a mess. Like we get a handful of shots like this one where he looks okay, but then the whole rest of the trailer, he looks pretty beat up. And that one scene where we don't see him but we hear him, that sounds exactly like he sounded when the governor was wailing on him and him and Carl were hiding and he was passed out on the couch.
4x8, folks.
Sounds exactly the same. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. I hope it's done right, and I hope it does the series justice.
I'm just gonna be repeating myself until episode 6 is complete and we've watched it. I really hope there is more to the story. I hope Andy and Denai are not hanging it up. Whether it's season 2 or it's going to get extended into, Dead City or Daryl Dixon, there is way too much story to be here on the table. Now, granted, I did see the first episode is rumored to be around an hour and a half. So I
Maybe.
guess I'll be okay if each episode is an hour and a half. Because
Absolutely.
then that makes me feel like there's actually some time to let some things breathe, considering how much story.
I could see 90 minutes, hour, last one, 90 minutes. That I
Yeah.
could see. Give
Dude,
us a
That
good
wouldn't be
finale.
for me. I wouldn't be satisfied
With the two
that.
bookends.
With
Well,
the bookends.
as long as they're more than 45 minutes,
Yeah,
folks, that's all
that
I
would
want.
be- that
Because
would
there's
be
way
good,
too
that.
much going on here to try to tell Rick and Michonne's story properly. I mean, because when you look at the world of The Walking Dead, look how they've drug out episodes. Not that it's good, not that it's bad. Everybody can have their opinion, but they really took some time with a lot.
I
of
took some
things.
liberties.
I mean,
You
we
know.
used to. I used to.
A whole half a season looking for Sophia.
Funny story. So I was actually on a date the night it premiered. I remember we were sitting on her couch and the scene where he's riding the horse into the city, right?
Episode 1.
So he's riding the horse into the city, and I'm like, what is this? And just like she pulled up the description, like Walking Dead, something about zombies. I'm like, I don't want to watch zombies.
Yeah.
I was on a date the night it premiered and turned it off. And then like, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of season 2, or end of season 1, early season 2, all my buddies were like, bro, you got to watch. I'm like, nah, I'm not into zombies. They're like, it doesn't have anything to do with zombies. It has to do with the end of the world, wolves versus sheep. What will you do to survive? Do you have what it takes? And I was immediately hooked. So I started watching early to mid season 2 and was hooked there. We used to have watch parties at my buddy Brian's house, but this is my first time joining in on the reactions with these guys. I am pumped to see Diamond Dave approval or disapproval of everything with the show. So I love this show. And the reason why I brought up the background is there was times where we would go to my buddy Brian's house for a little watch party and be like, is it going to be an action episode or a filler episode?
Right.
An action episode or a filler?
Yeah, and I think they can't afford to do that on this.
Well, not 6,
with
no.
6 episodes of the 2 main characters, it's got to be gas all the way.
And so much pressure. I mean, especially considering how, some of the spinoffs, as we know.
Well, the good news is they really handled with care Maggie and Negan, I thought.
Daryl Dixon was great.
Daryl Dixon was really good too. So that gives me a little hope. As long as no one from Fear is touching this, which I know they're not.
Think to be all right.
I know, except Scott Gimple, he's part of this. But Scott, just don't do it wrong, man. That's all I ask.
No, compact cast. They seem to do well when they don't have a whole ensemble to deal with. So I'm pretty optimistic for it, folks. So let us know what you think. If Diamond Dave is completely wrong about the hand, if you want to stay true to the comics, let us hear. I agree with you. I think it just creates logistic problems. So with that being said, that's the Appleton Oak. That's Diamond Dave Damone. I'm Mason Quinn. We will see you back here for Walking Dead.